Charlie. Charlie found where we put all of our linens and stuff. Charlie, baby. Hello, Charlie. All my junk, all my tools and cat stuff and linens. All. Is that comfy for you, Charlie, man? Is that comfy for you? Yeah. Miss Bathroom Princess. Okay, here we go. We're gonna try the skin. I change out her bedding and her blankets like, several times a week. Yeah, there you go. New blanket, baby. New blanket. Play with your toys. Play with your blanket. All right, Bathroom Princess. When we gonna have the babies, huh? When we gonna have the babies? You tell me. What day? What day are we having babies? I'm waiting on those babies, Mama. I'm waiting on those babies, Praggers. Ooh, look at those teats, y'all. Look at those teats. Ooh, Mama, you're hanging low, baby. You're hanging low. Is it gonna be soon? You're already lactating. Come on, everybody waiting on babies. I'm waiting on babies. Avery wants those babies. My daughter Avery is anxiously awaiting these teeny tiny little puppies. There's got to only be like 2 or 3, y'all. It can't be a very big litter. She's not very big, but it's got to be a small litter. But I'm pretty sure that we're going to have babies soon. You got to have babies, right? Why else would you be lactating? Of course I have babies. Go ahead and have them so we can see the tinies. Oh my goodness, y'all. Rosie is a mess. Y'all, it's Monday. We just got done with our live. Literally just got done talking to y'all and looking at y'all's comments and stuff on our live. And we mentioned how Rosie was outside. She is caked in mud. All 4 legs are muddy and yucky. She is a hot mess right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get her in this bathtub. And we're going to take care of Rosie for a second. Okay. Is it warm enough? Oh, no. A little too warm. Get you out as soon as you're all clean. Okay. Yeah, we want it warm but not too warm, huh? Warm but not too warm. That's a good girl. Oh, that's a good Rosie. That's a good Rosie. She's so sweet. Even if she doesn't want her bath, she's so sweet. All right. Ooh, this is the big blockhead I was telling you about. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Stay still. Stay still, baby. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Lovable little critter. Lovable Rosie Posy. My goodness. Honey, my goodness. Goodness gracious. All right. Come on, Rosie. Good girl. Good girl. Shake it off. Shake it off. Yeah, shake it. Shake it, girl. Come on. Do the shake. Oh, no, she's not going to shake. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Rosie Posies. Rosie Posies. Yeah, that's a good Rosies. That's a good Rosie love. All better. All better. No clay mud. No dirt. No mud. Yeah, all betters. All betters, baby. Ooh, talk about some happy days, y'all. Busy but happy. Heart is full and body is tired. So I wanted to talk to y'all guys a little bit about, y'all know how I always just do realistic talk with y'all and kind of philosophy and just thoughts that I have on this channel. This is where I get to like just kind of, it's kind of my soapbox to share my thoughts and my feelings. It's not a platform to be radical or anything, but it's just a stage for me to talk to people and just share and hear what you guys have to say about it and such. I would like to talk to y'all about the way that we see dogs and animals in general in this world. And this is not some like hippie trip, love everything, peace, love, and happiness. This is like realistic. This is how it is. This is factual information. Psychologically, dogs really are toddlers. They really are like small children. They learn and they're smart, super smart. And they're very innocent. They're completely innocent from birth. And they only mistrust or are suspicious of a situation if they have learned to be, if they have had an experience that has taught them to be suspicious of it. That is fact. They are completely innocent and completely trusting and completely happy-go-lucky, and they don't know boundaries, and they don't know any better until they are taught better. And they don't know to fear things until they are taught to fear them. So that's where human interaction comes in. That's where human influence takes over. I think we can all agree that animals do not mean any harm. They're not harmful by nature. They are what they are, and they do what they do, and they react upon instinct. They don't have malicious intent. They mentally and physically don't have the capacity for hate or grudges or long-lasting anger or unrealistic emotions or expectations. They don't have the mental capacity for that. They live in the present moment. They don't dwell in the past, and they're not stuck there. They don't see the future very far. They can see, like, they can anticipate what's going to happen if I do this. They can anticipate a reaction, but they don't think years down the road. They don't see that. They live in the present moment of what they're doing right now and what's going to get me what I want right now. And that's toddler mentality, right? That's a small child. A small child doesn't think too deeply into the past and doesn't dwell too far into the future. A toddler is all about right now. Gimme, I want right now. What am I afraid of right now? Or what am I happy about right now? That's a toddler. Lots of energy. So you basically have a toddler with teeth and claws. If you give a toddler teeth and claws, that's a dog and a cat. Now, cats are a little more self-centered. Cats are like a very moody, selfish toddler. Some cats are different, but for the most part, cats are very self-centered toddler. But dogs are completely just family-oriented, love everybody. Hey, speaking of dogs, here's Livy. Livy, baby, are you done playing? Did you have a good playtime? You had a good playtime. So completely just want to help the family, want to help the pack, want to do their part, want to know where their place is in the pack, want to know what their purpose is, want to know what we're doing today, what's going on. Very non-malicious. There's no evil intent there. There's complete innocence, complete love and affection. They only want positive things. They only want good things and positive reinforcement. They're looking for the next meal. They're looking for the next belly rub. They're looking for the next treat. They're looking for that soft bed at night. They're only looking for good things. They're not thinking up ways to hurt people. They're just not. That's a human thing. That's not an animal thing. So I just wanted to dwell on that for a second, or like contemplate that for a second, let that sink in, how innocent these babies are. So really, if you think about it, what we're doing with this big family rescue that we've started, it's really just kind of like a daycare. It really is. It's like a preschool or a daycare. We've taken in these small toddlers with teeth and claws. We've taken in these babies that just rely on us, and they depend on us for their very survival, just like toddlers do, just like your own children do for you. They're looking to us for instruction. They're looking to us for education and learning. They look to us for the boundaries of what I'm supposed to do and what I'm not. They look to us to tell them where they fit in the family. They look to us for the treats and the positive reinforcement. They look to me for their meals, and their bed at night. They look to us for their safety. They look to me to protect them. That's what a toddler does, expects mommy to protect them. So basically, we have a lot of children. We have a lot of toddlers with teeth and claws. So yeah, we treat them accordingly. That's how we value them. That's how we see them. That's how we treat them. And call me crazy, but I truly expect my fellow man to feel the same way. I do. I know everybody's different, but I want every human on earth to understand this concept that is what dogs and cats are. That's what you have taken on. You've taken on a child. You can't abuse that. You can't treat them like just an animal. It's not just an animal, You've taken on something precious, something that loves you, something that gives you affection, something that depends on you. I don't agree with how Obviously, some people can hurt and neglect animals. Obviously, none of us agrees with that. I don't agree with just dumping them and letting them survive on their own. You wouldn't do that to a child. You wouldn't do that to a toddler. Why would you do that to a dog or a cat? I don't believe in neglecting them and not giving them the care that they need. If your child was sick or needed your care, you wouldn't just say, oh, well, you know, if they die from it, they die. That's not the mentality that we live by. That's not the principles that we live by. And I do hold my fellow man to the same standard. I'm sorry. I do. I hold others to that same expectation that they're going to see animals that way or start recognizing animals that way and start treating them accordingly. I do hold them accountable. I'm sorry. Maybe that's a hard line to walk, and maybe that means that if you can't take care of an animal, that you don't need to have that animal. Maybe that's, you know, maybe that makes some hard decisions happen there. Maybe that means that you don't need that many animals if you can't care for them properly. Maybe that means you need to make some lifestyle changes. Some lifestyle changes that are going to help you care for this animal in the way that it deserves to be cared for. That might lead to some hard choices, I know. That's a level of accountability that some people are not quite comfortable with, but that's really the way it is. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. That's realistically, factually, psychologically, that's the way that it is. And there's no other way to see it. There's no standard that's less than that is going to be acceptable. That's, you know. So yeah, I know that's a bold statement, and that's a radical thought, I know. But that's what we live by, and that's kind of what we hold everybody else to. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Is we haven't so much started a shelter as we have started a animal nursery and an animal preschool and daycare. Y'all, my feverfew is still alive and well. It survived the winter. We're coming into spring, thank goodness. Oh, that's a weed right there. I'm gonna pull that little thing. The rest of this is feverfew, and I think it's gonna make it, and hopefully it'll flush out this pot. I'm gonna keep it hanging on, y'all. I want a good batch of feverfew for medicinal uses, and I've never grown feverfew, and I want that to be a success under my belt. I want to say that I know how to grow feverfew. That's one of the herbs that came in that Haas Tools herbal medicine deluxe package that was partnering with Just Dig It Farms. This beautiful feverfew came from them, so I'm glad it lived. As I told y'all in my live, that the Peggy Martins have a little bit of foliage at the tips, but the base right there is completely eaten down by the baby goats. They've taken every leaf and bit of foliage off of the middle, but there is some foliage, you know, still hanging on. It's got plenty of greenery to kickstart the spring. And the spring and summer is when they'll really flesh out and like show their beautifulness and start climbing up this trellis and filling it out. That's when we'll really see the prettiness of it. I can't tell y'all how excited I am about this sweet drift rose that I got from Petals from the Past nursery. Y'all, I love this rose. And it does have thorns and stuff. It's very prickly, but it's also just a beautiful little tea rose kind of thing. And it just looks great right here in this spot. Obviously still alive and still doing well, so I'm excited about the spring. Oh lavender, will you survive the summer? I don't know if my beautiful English lavender is going to make it through the heat of our springs and summers, but oh, right now how glorious it is. Feels great, smells great. Oh, this English lavender is it's just lovely, and I don't want to lose it in the summer. I may have to just bring it inside and see if I can grow it by a window or something. I don't know. I just don't know how I'm going to get it through the summer, but so far the English lavender is a success, and I'm just loving this. Y'all, I have one validated strawberry plant here. I say validated because I see the strawberry leaves coming back. So I have one absolutely successful strawberry plant that will be coming back in the spring. It's going to regrow itself. I cannot promise all of the others. Some of them have a little weeds I got to pull in there. I can't promise that these are not completely dead. I don't know 100% if they made it through the last bit of that hot summer, early fall, and then they had to go through the winter. They overwintered. I hope they'll come back in the spring. I know this one will, so I'll at least have one strawberry plant, but I can't speak for the entire green stalk. We shall see. We shall see. And I do love to walk and talk and show y'all things that I'm doing, because my channel is all about what I'm doing and my perspective on things and what's going on with me, right? And I know y'all love to see the animals, and I do show animals in my video, but also it's the piddly things that I do, because we all take care of all of the animals as a family, but usually the garden stuff, the herbs, the little things, the digging up stones out of the ground, the piddle things, usually those are that's my jam. It's my arena, and that's why I created this channel, to be able to talk to you guys about my side of things and my thought process, and to get you guys in on this creativity and all these creative ideas you guys give me, and what I can do about this and that, and to kind of show you behind the scenes stuff. One thing that we don't talk a lot about is this over here. We don't show much of this little fairy forest anymore, and we call it the fairy forest because my daughter has named that. Well, all the daughters, really, all three of my daughters have named it the fairy forest, and that's how we refer to this little tree spot, this little tree area. She's got some things back here. She's got blankets and stuff, and she hangs out in the trees, and she brings chairs out here, and she just sits and loves this place. Avery just loves the woods and the outdoors, and she enjoys the fairy forest, and she climbs up in the trees to just hear the birds and listen to the wind and stuff. She's like a little woodland sprite herself. But in this place, you'll notice some of these trees have orange ties around them. So the girls were instructed to come out here to their fairy forest and tie some orange ties around some of the trees that they wanted to keep out here. Like, what trees do they want to develop and see them grow big and strong, and which ones do they want to keep, and what little spriggy trash trees, if you will, which one of the trees do they want to have us cut down and take out and remove. So all the trees, in theory, that have an orange tie around them, we will keep, and all the ones that don't, we will cut down. And the idea behind that is just to give the trees more room to grow and breathe, because they are a little bit tight and congested, and these trees can't grow to their full potential and their full loveliness, and they can't leaf out and be a good reading under tree or a picnic spot unless we cut out some of these stragglers and spriggy ones. So, and some of them just need to go, and some of them we would love to stay. So we let the girls decide. We let them mark which trees they wanted to keep, and that's what they did. A lot of you guys on our live today had asked about our garden, and I love the garden questions. I love people who are as involved with the earth and herbalism and growing things and growing veggies as I am, and food. I love food. I'm such a foodie. But a lot of you have asked questions about stuff like that. And I know that the progress has kind of slowed, but here's where we're at. We are waiting on more wood chips. Y'all see all this mulch and all this wood chips that we have mulched our perennial bed with? We were told that pretty soon the lumber mill down the road was going to be doing a clean out of their big area that they store all the like scraps and bark and wood chips and everything, that they were going to do a clean out and have big dump truck loads of wood chips brought to our property. And that means, dump truck loads, like huge mounds, like big loads. And we have a tractor, so we could use all those wood chips and spread them around and use them everywhere. So the idea behind this is that we will use that to create our garden beds. We're going to put, obviously, compost and good soil down, and then we're going to mulch it over with wood chips, and we're going to plant in it. We're still waiting on those to arrive. They still haven't brought in the dump trucks yet. And we're trying to be patient. We're trying to wait. I know they're busy people. We're just waiting patiently on that. Also, another project my husband is going to get on very soon is he's going to put wooden sides on our flatbed trailer, on our car hauler. We're going to put sides on it so it can actually hold big loads of things. We're going to use our truck to pull the car hauler, and we're going to bring our tractor out to where the compost is and where the wood chips are and everything, and we're just going to get big loads ourselves, and we're just going to load it up on that flatbed trailer and bring in big loads of compost and wood chips, and we're going to get this party started. So it is coming, y'all. It is coming, I promise. And I am determined, no matter how long it takes, I will have my potager finished. I have all the prep work done. I'm literally just waiting to build the beds. So we just need to save up for the materials, or I can keep finding bricks. If I find enough bricks and I find enough treasure underneath this soil, if I find enough bricks, I could build my entire garden. And I can put all my beds in this potager and get it over and done with, and I can have all my beds made of bricks and stones from this property, you know. And that would be amazing. I would love that. That's best case scenario. So as soon as I get my beds built and my pathways put in, and I can mulch all around those beds in wood chips and cover up all this weed fabric in wood chips and just have those smooth pathways to walk in between those raised beds. And I'm going to string my fairy lights through my potager garden. I'm going to have seating area out here. I'm going to have tea time out here. It's going to be so lovely. I can see it. I can totally see it. But I will not stop until that happens. I'm also going to plant my veggie raised beds. Y'all saw, what's today? If he has put it out yet, you're going to see the progress that Wes has made in the greenhouse. It's a surprise. It's coming. But y'all are going to see the progress we've been making with projects on the farm very soon, if y'all haven't already. And you're going to see that we are moving forward with spring and planting, gardening and fencing, and just all these projects are rocking and rolling. So stay tuned, guys. More is coming. More is coming. I love you, and I'll see you soon.